Let's talk about food. If you're moving to Iowa or even just visiting, what do you need to know about eating in the Hawkeye State? What foods are you bound to encounter? What are some of our culinary curiosities? What do Iowans unapologetically love to chow down on? And what should you go out of your way to try? Hi there, Emily Farber with Lepicrager Realtors. I make videos all about real estate and Iowa, so let's get to it. First and foremost, I think it's important for you to understand that Iowa is a state with deep agricultural roots, and as a result, there are just certain things that you can't escape here. Pork and corn being two of the biggest influencers. There are more pigs residing in Iowa than people. For every man, woman, and child in Iowa, there's about 8 pigs. Iowa is the #1 pork producing state in the country. Interesting side fact, did you know that pork is the most widely consumed meat in the world? Iowa's top pig status means that we go heavy on things like pork chops and bacon. It's hard to have too much bacon, don't you think? I was completely surprised to learn that breaded pork tenderloin sandwiches are not a standard menu option everywhere. What is the story with that? A pork tenderloin sandwich is a piece of pork tenderized and flattened, coated in a crumb mixture, and then fried to a golden brown perfection. Local restaurants seem to take pride in making their sandwiches as big as possible, so if your pork tenderloin isn't taking up the majority of your plate, they're probably doing it wrong. There will be a bun involved, but it's really an afterthought, and it doesn't even come close to holding the sandwich. As long as we're talking sandwiches, I need to mention Maid-Rites. They are a loose meat sandwich, similar as a sloppy joe, but without that tomato-based sauce. Maid-Rites are slow-cooked, seasoned, loose meat served on a warm, slightly sweet bun and traditionally only topped with onions, pickles, and mustard. The Maid-Rite sandwich was born in Muscatine, Iowa in 1926. One more meaty sandwich on the list, the hot beef sandwich. I'm really not sure why it's called a sandwich because you certainly can't eat it that way, but there is a slice of bread involved, so maybe? It's the kind of thing that your grandpa probably always ordered at his favorite mom and pop cafe. Basically, it's a hunk of shredded roast beef with mashed potatoes slathered with brown gravy, then with some bread on the side to mop it all up. If you're really channeling Gramps, you probably better wash it down with coffee black. Classic Midwestern food for sure. When you think of Iowa, do you just think it's one giant cornfield swaying in the wind? Admit it, it's okay. That's the picture that many people have in their mind. After all, Iowa produces about 2.7 billion bushels of corn a year, making it the world's leader in corn production. Farms make up about 92% of Iowa's land, although not all of those fields are in corn production every year. Often, farmers flip-flop between corn and soybeans, and it's important to note that field corn and sweet corn are not one and the same. 99% of corn planted in the U.S. is field corn, but that 1% that is sweet corn is eagerly awaited. Local sweet corn is usually available mid to late summer in Iowa, and it is best bought fresh and directly from the farmer by way of a farmer's market or a roadside stand. There are all kinds of ways to cook it, but for good corn, you really don't need to be fancy. Just shuck it and then boil it in some salted water for 3 to 5 minutes, slather it with a good pat of butter, and give it a sprinkle of salt. Another fresh morsel you can get here in Iowa, if you look hard enough, are morel mushrooms. These wild mushrooms are prized by mushroom hunters. Each spring they pop up in the wild, but they can be pretty hard to find. Mushroom hunters keep their stomping grounds a secret, so don't even bother asking where they go. If you're not having any luck finding them on your own, or you don't feel like tromping around in the woods, you can usually buy morels at the farmer's market or from people selling them on local sites like Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. However, expect to pay a pretty penny because they are rare, short-lived, and hard to find. They call it mushroom hunting for a reason. Everyone knows about tacos and everyone knows about pizza, but did you know about taco pizza? Yep, taco pizza is a thing here in Iowa. Taco pizza is the invention of Happy Joe's and they are still the OG, but you can find it other places too. It's taco meat on a crust spread with seasoned refried beans, topped with fresh shredded lettuce, tomatoes, cheese, crunched up nacho flavored tortilla chips, and then finished with taco sauce on the top. I mentioned this one in a previous video, real things you need to know when moving to Iowa. You can catch it up here. It's all about condiments. We're not just talking ketchup, mustard, and hot sauce around here. When you're in Iowa, you gotta have ranch. Not just any ranch, Hidden Valley Original Buttermilk Ranch. And I'm not talking about your standard salad application. Use it to dip your French fries, fried mushrooms, onion rings, cheese curds, put it on top of your pizza, mix it with other condiments like ranch and ketchup or ranch and hot sauce. Say whatever you want about it, but I can straight up tell you that Iowans just do not care. Judge away, we love our ranch dressing. If you need a little sweet treat after all of this food, look for a plate of snickerdoodles. They're similar to a sugar cookie with a dusting of cinnamon and sugar on top, but they should have a chewy bite and a little bit of tang in their flavor. Cream of tartar is the secret of what does it. Another sweet treat common in Iowa is the scotcharoo. It's like a Rice Krispie treat with peanut butter and butterscotch chips, and it's topped with chocolate. It ends up being this really sticky, chewy, dense, downright delicious bar. I'd love to hear all about iconic foods and familiar staples from where you're from. Leave me a comment down below. If you're thinking about making a move to the Iowa City area, be sure to grab a copy of my Iowa City area relocation guide. The link for that is down below in the description box. If you're watching on your phone, just tap the title of this video. If you're thinking about moving to Iowa, but Iowa City is not your place, reach out to me because I also have an extensive referral network all over the country and I would be happy to get you in contact with a top-notch agent. I'll see you over on another video all about Iowa. Hey, it's been fun and I'll catch you later.